Welcome to the quest to find the link between metric and imperial. Our great ancestors left the Great Pyramid exactly where it is to teach us what we're finding here. The link between metric and imperial and the cubits and megalithic yards and all sorts of measures, but they're all linked together. And they've always have been, but we lost the method, we forgot the method, and there's a very simple way to do it. So we're going to just put it in a very simple video. The last one I did, I forgot a couple of pieces, so let's just put it all together. The Great Pyramid to the equator, the distance was given to us by Howard Crowhurst in his video about the megalithic yard. It's right near the end. 3,317 kilometres, 0.76. And the miles, this is that same distance in miles, and we times that by 1.609 to get the kilometres, and we get 3,317.76. We realised after that the linkage is we draw a circle with the 2062 and we get the circumference of 12,960. We take the 12,960 times 256 and we get the same result, but when we draw a circle of 256 we get the circumference of 1609. So we can see this Ouroboros type of a thing here. This is a system that links metric and imperial together. But then the same distance, if we take a radius of 528, the circumference is also 3,317.76. That is incredible. That's the feet. So 1 mile equals 528 feet, and it is 63,360 inches is in 1 mile. So we can just easily, there's 12 inches to a foot. So we know that it's 258 times 12 gives us this. But last night we saw with my Nonagon video, the Nonagon discovery we could say, it's 1260. The internal angles, they'll all add to 1260. We just times that by 2 pi, which is just a radius of 1. The circumference is 2 pi. So that's also 44/7. But what I decided to do last night was to go 1260 and times it by the 9. We get 11340, and then I decided to times that by pi. So we've already done the 1260 from the Nonagon by pi, got the equatorial diameter of Earth, and now I've just decided, okay, let's just times it by 9, get this answer, let's times that by pi, 2 pi. And we get 71280, we just minus the equatorial diameter by this, and we get the inches. We get the same inches as 12 times 528, but we've got it derived it from this very simple other method. Now what I find astonishing about this Nonagon and timesing it by 2 pi, getting the equatorial diameter of the Earth, that what I find amazing about that from the Nonagon being 9 is that the distance from the King's Chamber to the equator was from the column of D, which is the tonic is 9. So you can see that how they're trying to teach us these things is absolutely ingenious. So they've got, from the D column starts with the tonic of 9 hertz, and the entire harmonic series starts from the harmonic of 1. So the C column, which is it starts from the tonic of 1 hertz. So all of this basically starts from 1 hertz and then doubling and tripling, and we get the harmonic series. So it's all very simple, basic, straightforward stuff without any crazy mathematics. So yes, we found out from Howard's video. After I saw Howard's video, the way I found it's another story, but basically I realised that 9 hertz and then the very first D and the very last D times together was 3,000, it was this number here. But then when we came all the way up to the second D and the second last D does the same thing. We move to the very centre, which is 576, and we times those together and we get the same answer here. So it's all come from the column of D, which is the 9 column. We got the Nonagon 1260, we times that by 2 pi, which is just a circle, so 9 and 1, and we get the equatorial diameter of Earth. So isn't this amazing? We've got really, it's all tying back to this 9 and 1. And while we're here, we can't forget the golden angle. And we get the 576 and we times it by the golden angle and we get the equatorial diameter of Earth. So again, D column strikes again. To leave you with a teaser for the next one and what's coming up with Saturn. So we know we got from the Nonagon the 1260 degrees. We added up to 1260. We times that by 2 pi, and we got the equatorial diameter of Earth. So Saturn rules all things, and of course he does. He's divided by 3. He's also 126, or times by 3. We get that 1134. So if you rewind the video, you'll see where we got that. So Saturn rules all measure, all time, music, because time is music. When we look at the column of D especially, we've got the 144, which is minutes in a day. We've got the A column, which is 864, which is seconds in a day. So it's music, time, measure. The quadrivium is all ruled by Saturn. Even down to things like the string length that I've been talking about, 378 divided by 60. There's 60, he's ruler of time, 60 seconds, 60 minutes, all these things, but there's a whole bunch of very interesting and amazing reasons why 60 is important to Saturn. So when we divide that by 60, we get 6.3. 630 millimeters is the ultimate string length, and that's coming very soon. And let's not forget that 6.3 or 630 centimeters is 12 Royal Egyptian cubits or 14 Egyptian cubits. Amazing. And if we couldn't pulverize this nail home further, then we've got the feet from the King's Chamber to the equator. These are the miles, and we converted it to feet. So the feet divided by the 144, the Sumerian central node of D, divided by 144, and we get one side of the Great Pyramid, 7560. That's one side of the Great Pyramid, or divided by 360, and we get 3024, the perimeter in feet of the Great Pyramid. Amazing.